He's with my man Charlie Mack. So Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo. So Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he's gonna be all right.
It's like Uncle Will, Who is best to give you advice? And it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice.
And they had said to me, yo, I had to suck a lot of to get to this position.
I have a career, I'm an artist. I have a lot of things to lose.
Rashier Gray is finally speaking out about his experience with Will and Diddy after Jaguar Wight and Katt Williams made some shocking allegations about what happened to him. Rashier was on track to be one of the top black actors in Hollywood, but as we speak, this man is selling it on the internet and getting cracked by other men so he can pay his rent. Baby, his life has gotten so bad that just a few days ago, the police pulled up to his house because someone called in to report Bryshere planning to take his own life.
Let them do it. If you get
Chosen Wilkins
if you get aggravated, you're feeding into
made a lie and said that I tried to hurt myself. Chosen Wilkins.
I mean, we've had multiple. My office has talked to him. He came in. I mean, for somebody that's wanting to hurt himself.
I take pictures with people every day. How am I?
I don't know if it was that. It could have been, like I said, one of the three. You could have said you threatened to hurt someone else, threatened to hurt yourself.
Now, we all know that claims about Diddy pressuring young men in the industry into strange and cult-like freak-off parties aren't new information. In fact, Katt Williams started talking about it because he almost ended up in this situation himself. Katt revealed that Harvey Weinstein tried to pressure him into participating in a freak-off session in return for a part in a movie. Katt wasn't having any of that nonsense and said no, but he later found out that a whole group of other black men had been chosen for the same film, and that's when he figured out that they coerced all these men into these freak-offs in exchange for movie roles.
They canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my piss in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo! Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there?
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down.
As soon as Katt spilled this tea, people started wondering if this is why Bryshere vanished from the industry right after he began spending time with Will Smith and Diddy. People say that, just like Katt, Bryshere was also pressured into freak-offs in return for acting roles. But at some point, he tried to reveal the whole truth, and that's when he got kicked out of the industry. Now, as most of you already know, Bryshere was first found by talent manager Charlie Mack, who then became his manager. Charlie made some connections and got Bryshere an opportunity to try out for the part of Hakeem Lyon in Empire. He nailed the audition and was later picked to be on the show. The show became a massive success, and Bryshere's career took off. But this is where the mess started. So Charlie decided to bring Bryshere to Will Smith so he could guide him into becoming a major Hollywood star. Right after Bryshere was handed over to Will also allegedly brought Bryshere to Diddy because Bryshere wanted to pursue rapping along with acting. At the time, many people didn't understand how bad this connection was because we didn't know half the things we know about Diddy and Will now. In fact, there have been stories floating around for a while that Diddy and Will are both on the down low and drag other young men into it under the cover of mentorship. This was first revealed by Katt, who said in a Facebook post that Will was actually gay and that his first marriage to Cherie Zampino fell apart because she found him in bed with another man. When Jada comes out as gay and her beard husband admits his first marriage ended when she walked in on him servicing his sugar daddy Benny Medina, then I will listen to them. Oh, but it gets even worse. Jaguar Wight also said the same thing not long ago, when she said that Will tricks these young men into freak-offs by telling them lies about mentoring them. She even brought up the time when Bryshere and Meek Mill supposedly came running out of Will's house yelling for help.
They're both bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Rashier Gray, left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed help.
Jaguar also hinted at Will possibly doing the same thing to his son, Jaden. According to her, this is probably why Jaden chose to leave the house when he was only 15 years old.
We have collectively, including Will Smith. Let's not leave him out. Why your son hates you? Why does your son hate you? What did you do to Jade?
The reason people were looking at Will suspiciously when Jaguar said this was because he made no attempt to deny it, but was quick to threaten legal action against his former assistant, who said he caught Will in bed with Dwayne Martin. Anyway, going back to Diddy, a lot of people thought it was strange how his rap career never went anywhere, despite having a powerful figure like Diddy guiding him. The story gets even more disturbing when you learn that right before Bryshere was handed over to Diddy for this supposed guidance, Diddy was already being looked into for supposedly being involved with young boys. Based on a U.S. court document from 2013, during a questioning session with federal investigators, James Rosemond, the music manager who became a kingpin, was reportedly asked about the romantic preferences of entertainers, including whether Sean Diddy Combs was having inappropriate relationships with underage boys. Now, after Empire ended, Rashier's career quickly went down the drain. He has been arrested many times, with the latest being in 2022, when he was found guilty of aggravated assault against a woman he was hooking up with at the time. And before that mess, he had already had other run-ins with the Maw, like in 2020, when his wife was rescued by a man at a nearby gas station after she had gone there asking for help. She told police that Bryshere had strangled her till she lost consciousness. When the police pulled up to his house to arrest him, he refused to come out of the house. And when his mugshots were released, people couldn't help but point out how different he looked. This was when people started to piece everything together and realized how much damage the industry had done to him.
To Bryshere Gray, one of the stars of the hit show Empire. Tonight we're seeing hours of new video from his July arrest that ended with his wife flagging down police and telling them the actor had assaulted her for hours inside their Goodyear home. The bizarre jailhouse interview lasting for 2 hours as they try to piece together a chaotic chain of events.
Mind you, he was doing very well before he met Diddy and Will. He was getting hired for a few small performances and making several TV appearances, but all that suddenly ended once he ran from these supposed mentors. Around the time the news of this prison assault started spreading all over social media, Jaguar showed up in an interview, and this time, she was even more upset than she was the first time she talked about Bryshere. She blamed Charlie Mack and Bryshere's mom, Andrea, for working together to hand Bryshere over to be exploited, corrupted, and shut out of the industry.
Yeah, I'm talking about Bryshere's mom. I'ma kick you in your pussy and then I'ma go to work North Philly style. Fuck you. And Charlie. You happy now? He's a gay star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell? I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life and what you had to do with it. You can see that bitch came to me and begged me for my help. I told her to get the away from Charlie. I did everything that I could do to get Bryshere, to help her get Bryshere out of California into Chicago safe to be ready for filming. She knew she knew what Will did to him. But because of Charlie, see? And Charlie had promised her all kinds of things. And all she had to do was pretend to be a broken down single mom who worked her way up through the ghetto and raised a superstar for television, when the truth is, she wasn't nothing but a drug dealer's whore. That's all she ever was. She went from dealer to dealer, and then she snitched on whoever she needed to snitch on until she could get to the bigger bag, until she got with Larry Lair, my friend who raised Bryshere in $1 million home. Your whole book is lies, Andy, and I hope anybody that bought it asks for a refund and demands it comes out of your pocket every time they see your son's gay porn.
Jaguar also said that after Cassie filed her legal case, Rashier was also talking with lawyers about filing a case against Will and Diddy, but he was supposedly warned and had to back away from it because his life was at risk. Jaguar even went so far as to say that there is a hidden tape of Justin Bieber, Will, Jaden, Diddy, and Bryshere having a freak-off, and she is one of the few people who has watched it.
They trying to slay him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
Okay, okay.
I really hope none of that baby oil was used on those kids. That would just be in bad taste. Baby oil on babies.
You can't say that the flavor camp was sponsored by Johnson & Johnson. You just come on. Come on.
Starting to sound that way, ain't it?
No.
All that talent, and she let Charlie tune that boy up on knowing that he was bipolar and had ADHD. What kind of mother would do that to her son? Turn him into a prostitute so you could pretend to be something more than what you are, which is nothing more than a Philly whore. You're a whore. You're a bigger whore than they're making your son out to be, that's for sure. Because he didn't have no choice. You was down by all. I'm sorry. The Bryshere conversation for me is not easy. Because I came to Belial and I asked Belial to help me save the kids, and all he was worried about was his fucking book.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Don't nobody care about these kids. Don't nobody care about these kids.
Now, when it comes to the specific lawsuit she's referring to, people think it is the $50 million case against Diddy and Will, which Bryshere was earlier reported to be preparing. This case was mentioned by a blind item, and it said, "I suspect the soon-to-step-forward male victim of sexual assault by this A-list mogul will not be the last man to do so. Sean Diddy Combs." As usual, people had their own thoughts, like this person who said, "Diddy and Will Smith turn out Bryshere Gray. That boy is now bisexual. I was scrolling down on Twitter and I came to his page by mistake." Another person said, "This is so sad. I definitely believe him. He went through this. I pray he gets himself together. He is so talented. I pray he gets the justice he deserves." But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about the allegations being made against Diddy and Will Smith? And do you really think it's over for Bryshere? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.